I mean, in all honesty, I think getting Shark Typhoon out this early is game. Right, we have 20 life still. This is our addition from Ikoria into the Esper Walkers deck. Shark Typhoon. It's great. It goes alongside Elspeth Conquers Death very well. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back, and thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. Today, we're playing Esper Walkers. Now, this is one of my most requested decks. We've updated it for Ikoria Lair of Behemoths. We've not really added much, but the things that we have added are very good and work very well with this current deck. Now, M21 is coming out. I'm really looking forward to playing Esper in M21, so get ready, put your Esper boots on, because it's going to be around a lot. Esper is getting a ton of tools, but fairly so because they've kind of been neglected in the previous sets a little bit. So as always, we're going to take a look at the deck list. We're going to break down the deck's strategies and synergies. We're going to watch some gameplay footage from today and break down all of the different plays and interactions that we find within the meta. And then we're coming full circle with my closing thoughts. As always, if you want to jump to any part of that video, we do have the chapters enabled now, so you can just take the slide scroll bar and put it to wherever interests you most. With that all out of the way, if you find any value within this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and share it to a friend. So Esper Walkers is a control deck that is based around Planeswalkers, which means a lot of non-creature spells in the deck, right? We're either using removal or Planeswalkers, so very little creature space here. And the one creature that we did have in the previous version, Artress, we've actually dumped. So, we have a new addition to the deck. It is Shark Typhoon. I want to touch on this before we get into the list. It's an enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. Cycling, you pay X plus 2. When you Cycle Shark Typhon, create a XX blue shark creature token with flying. This is absolutely amazing for a couple reasons, especially in this deck. One, you can cycle at any time, even if your Teferi, or if your opponent has a Teferi on the field. I was about to say if your Teferi has an opponent on the field. So Shark Typhoon's really cool in that aspect, that you can still play it against a Teferi after he's minused, just to get the flash creature in there, right? To get the attack. So this is really our only creature of the deck other than Ashiok and Liliana's tokens. So with that out of the way, let's get into the list. It starts out with 2 copies of The Birth of Maltese. This is our first 2-drop. We have 2 copies of it. On the first phase, because it is an enchantment, so it triggers when you put it into the battlefield, and then on your next upkeep, and then on the upkeep following that. So when you play it, search your library for a basic Plains card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. On your next upkeep, create a 0/4 colorless wall artifact creature token with Defender, and then on the following upkeep, you gain 2 life. 2 copies of Dovin's Veto. This spell is an instant. It cannot be countered. Counter target non-creature spell. 4 copies of Thought Eraser. This is a sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card, and you get to surveil 1. So that's quite interesting. The surveil here is really cool because we can toss our Planeswalkers directly into the graveyard, because we can pull them back later with Elspeth Conquers Death, and it's better to have one in there than not, just so you're getting value. Moving on to our 3-drops, we have 4 copies of Oath of Kaya, a legendary enchantment, so you can only have 1 on the field at a time. When Oath of Kaya enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. Whenever an opponent attacks a Planeswalker you control with 1 or more creatures, Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player, and you gain 2 life. 2 copies of Kaya, Orzhov Usurper. This is a legendary Planeswalker, coming in with 3 loyalty, a +1 ability, exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. You gain 2 life if at least 1 creature card was exiled this way. -1, exile target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 1 or less. And -5, Kaya Orzhov Usurper deals damage to that target player equal to the number of cards that player owns in exile, and you gain that much life. So that's pretty cool. Of course, we have to have 4 copies of Teferi, Time Raveler, another legendary Planeswalker, this time coming in with 4 loyalty counters, and he has a static ability of each opponent can cast spells only anytime they could cast a sorcery. So no instant spells, nothing on the stack, right? So that's really cool. +1 ability, until your next turn, you may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. So that's kind of the opposite of that, but for you. And then -3, return up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment to its owner's hand, and you get to draw a card. 2 copies of Narset, Parter of Veils, another legendary planeswalker, coming in with 5 loyalty this time. Still has a static ability. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. A -2 ability of look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them, put it into your hand, and then put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. We only have 1 4-drop, and it's 4 copies of Shatter the Sky, a sorcery spell. Each player who controls a creature with power 4 or greater draws a card, and then destroy all creatures. We have 3 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death. This is another enchantment saga, so when you play it, it triggers, and then on your following 2 upkeeps, it will trigger as well. So on your play, exile target permanent an opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater, and then on your following upkeep, non-creature spells your opponent casts cost 2 more to cast until your next turn, and then on your following upkeep after that, your second or third upkeep, return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield, put a +1/+1 loyalty counter on it. So that's really cool. If it's a planeswalker, you get a loyalty. If it's a creature, you get a +1/+1. I said earlier that we didn't have any other creatures, but I forgot about Dream Trawler. It's so powerful that it doesn't really seem like a creature, right? This is a 3/5 with flying and lifelink. Whenever you draw a card, Dream Trawler gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Whenever Dream Trawler attacks, draw a card. We can also discard a card to give Dream Trawler hexproof until end of turn, but we also have to tap it. We have 2 copies of Shark Typhoon. We already talked about this. An enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying, where X is that spell's converted mana cost, cycling for X +2, and whenever you cycle Shark Typhoon, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying. A single copy of Liliana Dreadhorde General, our last planeswalker, coming in with 6 loyalty and a static ability of whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. +1, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. -4, each player sacrifices 2 creatures. And -9, each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifices the rest, which means they'll be allowed to take land, a creature, a planeswalker, an enchantment, an artifact, but only 1 of each, right? So that's really cool. Moving on, these spells are all accompanied by a single Castle Ardenvale, tap for 5, create a 1/1 white human token, 3 plains, 2 Castle Vantresses, tap for 5 to scry 2, 1 island, 1 swamp, 4 Hollowed Fountains, 3 Temple of Enlightenment, scry 1 when it enters, 4 Godless Shrines, 1 Temple of Deceit, scry 1 when it enters, 4 Watery Graves, and 2 Fabled Passages. We are running best of 1 today, so there is no sideboard, but this is definitely a deck that you could take best of 3. It's tailored to fight against aggro. That's why we have 4 copies of Oath of Kaya, 4 Shatter the Skies. So this is a creature's deck's worst nightmare, right? There is a ton of removal for you to hit. That's the deck list. Let's begin to talk about the deck strategy and the different synergies that you're going to find within this archetype. First of all, the deck has Teferi, right? This is great. We all know the power of Teferi. His plus ability makes it so we can cast our sorceries instant speed. This makes Shatter the Sky an instant speed spell on your opponent's attack phase. That's absolutely amazing. That's so good. So you could have an Oath of Kaya, let your opponent target your Teferi, Oath of Kaya triggers, you gain life, he takes damage, and now you shatter, so your Teferi still stays alive and doesn't take any damage. That's one of my favorite lines. Another great thing that we can do is the -3 on the Oath of Kaya, just to put it back to our hand so we have more removal, right? Because removal against a creature deck is absolutely terrifying, especially if you're not really spending cards to do it, right? Because Teferi can plus up, which is just a matter of time, and then Oath of Kaya is already in play, not in your hand. You bounce it back, replay it, you get double its value, which is really, really cool. Speaking of Teferi's plus, similar to Shatter the Sky, we can plus speed our Thought Erasure on our opponent's upkeep. So all you do is set a stop on your opponent's upkeep, you wait till he draws, and now you Thought Erase him. So that's really, really good. We talked about Shark Typhoon being able to cycle with an opposing Teferi in play to get the kill. That's awesome. Dream Trawler has the discard ability, which allows us to discard planeswalkers from our hand at any point before an ECD triggers, because we don't want our ECD to fizzle on phase 3 when it's returning target creature or planeswalker card from the graveyard to the battlefield. We can easily discard our Liliana from our hand, have our ECD play it for free from the graveyard, so that's really, really cool there. We also have Surveil through Thought Erasure, which is great, like I said earlier, to put your planeswalkers from the top of your deck to the bottom. Normally, Thought Erasures are early turn plays, so if you pull a Liliant on turn 3, definitely put it in your graveyard because you're going to pull an ECD and have that execute the most amount of value, because why not get a removal and a planeswalker for 5 than just a planeswalker for 6, right? So that's basically it. We do have unique interactions within the meta, such as Kaya Orzhov Usurper. She's really good. She can get rid of Uros. She can get rid of cat ovens. So that's really nice. If you're looking to learn how to play this deck more in depth, we do have a total Esper Walkers deep dive breakdown. I can leave a comment or a link in the description below that will take you guys to that. I think we had 11 parts to the series, so it will take you A to Z. We play against every deck within the meta. It is a little old, but a lot of the archetypes still exist. So if you're looking to learn the ins and outs and really become a better Esper player, I really recommend watching that entire series. That's the deck strategy, you guys. Before we get into today's gameplay footage, I do want to remind you I'm live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. I'd appreciate your company. Daily uploads on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, and then hit the bell icon so you're notified of my future uploads so you can do it all again tomorrow. We also have a pretty banging Discord, over 1,000 members, all skill levels, beginner to expert. It's a great place to get advice, share your problems, even just share your wins, your experience, any decks that you're really enjoying. So yeah, that's all. Let's get into today's gameplay footage. Thank you guys all for your continued time and attention. Those of you who support the channel financially on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Patreon, big shout out to each and every one of you guys every single day. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a great day. And even everyone who's just watching, you guys as well. I can't leave you out. I hope everybody has a great day. Take care. Enjoy today's gameplay footage and make sure to watch to the end so you don't miss out on my final thoughts. It's not a great end, but I guess we can keep it. And Narset should find a Shatter. Again, in best of 1, we kind of have to pretend that all matches are aggro matches. Right? Until we know that they're not. Right, I mean, we could Elspeth it. Does he push it out right away? I mean, he does have a Fable Passage, but... yeah, okay.
If you wish to surrender, hone your prowess.
Both works great. Another Goose. And then he also has a Fable Passage, so 2 sack effects here. Right, it's important to keep track of those. Narset's Gonzo. Right, it's like 1 damage. That's fine. We don't really care. Yeah, big time bummer. He doesn't really have enough mana to sack his food. So, not really a problem. Oh, he could sack it just to create a mana of any color with his Goose, I guess. I mean, he doesn't want to spend the mana, I guess, right? He wants to leave it there for later. Or the food anyways. Let's get our second planes out as well. Ooh, Priest of the Forgotten Gods is something that I never like to see. Like I kind of want Shark Typhoon, but at the same time, shouldn't we just kill this priest with our oath? Because if he does pull a Mayhem Devil, that really sucks. We do have an ECD though, right? So, I mean, we can bring Teferi back. I like bringing Narset back, but I think just bringing our Teferi back's the best move we can make. It'll die, but I think the draw plus getting the piece of removal again is definitely worth it. Especially just to get rid of the priest. We need to deal with his draw engine somehow and just keep him limited to his card pool. Okay, a land. That's always nice. I mean, in all honesty, I think getting Shark Typhoon out this early's game. Right, we have 20 life still. This is our addition from Ikoria into the Esper Walkers deck. Shark Typhoon. It's great. It goes alongside Elspeth Conquers Death very well. Right, Shark for blocker. And yeah, I still want rid of this priest. I know Wolf Strider's good, but just let's get the priest out of here. That's our turn. 19 life. This looks good for us, in all honesty. The only thing that could be bad is if he flips a Bolas Citadel on us. That would actually terrify me, now that I think of it. We do have our ECD that could hit it, but all he needs is one turn with it. What a guy. Okay, so hits us for 6. That's his first decent hit. We can ECD his Woe Strider, right? Scryed to the top. That's frightening some days, right? Now he could, no, actually he can't. Not enough mana. Costs 2, doesn't it? Oh, no, only 1. He does have enough mana to draw. And there's the Citadel. Okay, so this is weird. Watch this. So he just grabbed his Citadel, which absolutely destroys us. But he's got a token on the field, which can't go to his hand. And he still has to discard from his hand. Oh, but he can sack it with the oven in response. I still think he has to do it. I'm pretty sure he still needs to discard. Or does he not? Because there's no target. Yeah. Let's just thin our deck. If we lose this, I'm gonna be choked. With 13 life, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has his 10 permanents. Oh, well, that's easy enough. He'll have to sack his permanents now before he can pull. Oh no, he just lets it go. Okay, let's take a scry. Dream Trawler is exactly what we want in this position. A little life gain.
The shadows awaken.
And then we'll hit with a shark. So he's in a position where he can still win the game. But it's not easy, right? It's not a free win. He's just trying to scry to the bottom. That's really good for us. He still has Trail of Crumbs. And he lands a Priest. It does have Summoning Sickness, though. So this is good. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Right? Mayhem Devil. In hand. Yeah, not good. If he top decks... We need to get very lucky. Oh, and we should have kept that in our hand. Right, to discard for our Dream Trawler. Ooh, it's been a while since I played Esper Walkers, but we're gonna get there. I say we go right over for dinner. Right? What's this great smell? Okay, so we clear a couple of his permanents, which is really nice for us. Right, and we do have life gain on the field next turn. But all he needs... Okay, we're good. We're good. This is not the worst. Right, down to 10. We have him in the air next turn. He does gain life with the cat. But because of the Dream Trawler and the 2 sharks, that's going to be game. I'm pretty sure. I am terrible at math, so... How? Yeah, we definitely should have kept that land card in our hand, apparently. He is doing it all to our Dream Trawler, though. And then he's going to sack both creatures? Really? That is emptying his entire field state just to deal with my Trawler. I don't even mind. I mean... Weird flex, but okay. We're down to 9. Could this be the end of days? Our ECD triggers to bring our Dream Trawler right back into play. This land, though, that's intense. We're gonna leave this island in our hand. I can't believe we didn't last time. And we can bounce this because he can't pay for it to get rid of Corvold, and he's just done with it. Cool beans. I'm absolutely terrified of pulling more land, right? We do need... We need to mulligan that. And this is not any better. We should have kept it. It had the land. That's all we needed. This is so bad. We went from having a pretty decent hand to having absolutely nothing. All because I didn't have my Teferi in opening hand. Just terrible luck today on these hands, you guys. Yikes. It's not been a good day in Magic. Esper Walkers, I still think is semi-viable. Obviously, it's not tier 1, but Shark Typhoon helps it. This is so messed up.
There are so many mysteries to uncover, but thoughtfulness before action.
We do pull it to Teferi. Right? Oh, never mind. Ha! Obviously, take Teferi. We get to pull again, though, right? That's his turn. He's looking for land. Maybe we're having the opposite thing going on. Oh no, never mind. There it is.
Meditate and prepare.
This isn't a fight you can win.
I'm going to plus my Teferi in case we do see an Oath of Kaya on the other board state, because it looks like a matchup here. Elmir, right? We have the Lava Serpent top right. Released. Our Doggeridoo mid left. I wish he would chase his tail. Right? Dogs chase their tails. Come on.
I heard you had some dead things that needed to stay dead. What's up with that? I'm gonna make myself scarce.
I mean, if he has just a destroy on my Teferi, I may be pretty sad, but I don't want to get hit by an Oath of Kaya. Right? And there it is. Takes Narset instead.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
So this Dovin's Veto is going to be really nice.
You're not welcome here anymore.
Here we go.
We can Castle Vantress if nothing. Dovin's Veto if something. We have to be smart about this match. Yeah, baby. I'm glad we did not play our Birth of Maltese, I'll tell you what. And we're eliminating his ECD with our Kaya.
Guild business to attend
Right?
to anyway.
We don't have a counter, so I don't think there's much point.
Might be a bad idea.
Shatter, okay. Let's not fake out. Let's just be straight for now. No jukes. It would be cool to fake having a counter there, but he's He's seen everything but the shatter, so the odds that we have it are low. And he doesn't really get anything either, right? Like, he can bounce it and play it, but Teferi's still at 1. So we're keeping it alive. His Teferi dies. Unless he holds up and now tries to counter us instead. No, see, that's his mana base.
Stop that. Now. No, I am not making this up as I go. Really should have seen that coming.
And then again, still just taking all his planeswalkers right from his grave, so any Elspeth Conquers Deaths can't pull them back out. Ooh, kills my Castle Vantress. That's actually a smart play. He doesn't have his yet. He has a full hand still, though. Another Shatter I don't really care for. Teferi finds value.
I've done the hero thing before.
Keeping his graveyard empty. He's 4 in exile. I will take my Castle Ardenvale at this point until we start pulling some shatters out. We have our shatters for his Dream Trawler, right?
I'll protect you.
Bye-bye.
Alright, so let's start this damage train out. I may Elspeth his Oath, potentially. Probably not. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can make another Ardenvale.
I've got time.
I'm sorry, was that dear to you?
2 damage. Castle Ardenvale doing mad work here. We get to activate it again on our opponent's end step. We have no more Dovin's Veto, so we're basically a sitting duck to very many things. Legion's End, okay, so that's fine. He gets to see our hand. Big ouchies on that department. Not good. Basically threw away his Legion's End, I get it. Yeah, Fatal Passage doesn't do us any favors either.
Let's try this.
You're back. You better watch your back from here on.
We have him up to 5. We could deal 10 damage. So that's something to keep in mind, right? 2 turns of Kaya's -5 available to us. Kaya's minus ability syncs up really well with Ashiok's plus ability. Those tokens make your opponent exile from the top. So that's fun. He could ECD our Kaya, right? Things like this. Big ouchie, he takes our Thought Erasure, or sorry, our Elspeth Conquers Death. Really? Takes the Shatter. Wow. Okay, more tokens. Nice. Let's keep his field empty. Right, that goes to exile as well. We can get rid of that thought erasure. Puts him up to 7, so we're doing 14 damage. Let's take the draw. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna keep Oath in our hand and make Castle Ardenvale. Still 17 life. That's an issue. I'm gonna start executing these minuses on Kaya. He's looking at our graveyard. Looking at our ECD. Kills our ECD. Okay. Here's another Castle Ardenvale token. He has his Castle of Ventress now, so that's a bummer. We do 3 here and then 2 minuses. We could have minus last turn, I guess, actually. Right, we have plenty of damage now. It's pretty cool that we do have a bit of a kill command through damage. It's not just a strict control deck where we choke you out. Our opponent might be thinking, but I feel like he hasn't realized that he has Castle Ventress. And then he's just clicked to his end step, and now it's waiting for him to use his Ventress. Or he's gone. Or I'm gone. Worst case scenario, right? We've been having weird connection issues as well. We can pay life. We don't care. Let's minus on Buddy.
This is gonna hurt.
Big ouchies. Let's smack down there. Smack down here. We actually have lethal this turn, which is incredible. That's a lot of damage. Woof. You know what I mean? That's incredible. Oh, Teferi's gone. He can counterspell. He could counterspell this. He does. Oh man, we should have held out a little bit more, maybe, right? He does have to kill our Kaya and all 3 tokens here, so I think we're good. Woof. All right, Esper Yorion. Oh, this isn't Esper Yorion, is it? We didn't change our deck. Oof. I guess you guys get one more match. We're gonna switch it up, play Esper Yorion, but we can play this. Teferi, Kaya. No land to play Kaya. So that's sad. Let's risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, I can't say that I'm impressed. Ooh, 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 ooh. I mean, we probably should have played our Hollow Fountain first. I'm throwing. This isn't the deck I was expecting. Let's take Teferi to 5, right? That's not something I mind ever. We are ramping into our ECD quite quickly. And a Narset, that's fine for us. We can pick her off easily.
I have just the trick for this.
Into another one though, so... Snaggle.
I still have much.
And I'm gonna buff us again, right? Just shuts down any counter spells that he may have. Jeskai does have access to things like Absorb, Ionize, Sinister Sabotage, the list goes on and on, right?
I train every day. No one's more
Second Narset draw.
mind.
So at the very least, she replaces herself, which is like pretty cool. We have Role Reversal. This is jank. Uh-oh. I guess let's just minus on our oath and, you know, take out that Narset. I will let this Plains come in though, and now we're holding up a Dovin's Veto, which is quite nice. Do we really worry about this? I'm not concerned. Right? We have more. I'm not really concerned with an opt either. Scorching Dragonfire. I'll block that. I'd like my Teferi to stay alive, please. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Liliana, the Dread Horde General. Read it and weep. Elspeth conquers death to take her back if he deals with it. Oh, we can't take her back from exile though. That's sad. What a world. What a sad world as well. Don't you dare. Everybody knows the coolest thing to do to an Elspeth Conquers Death is Elspeth Conquers Death it. Land can come in, whatever. I'm tempted to bounce this ECD and open up my Teferi, but let's go to 5, try to protect it. Get that hit in down to 16. Alright, that's fine. Has Summoning Sickness. Still has Summoning Sickness. Hexproof though, so that's pretty cool. Just until end of turn. And then he destroys our ECD, that's good play. I think this is probably worth it. Taking him down to 2 is a little risky, but we do get the removal. Grabbing all that life back. No Castle Vantress. We do have an Arden Veil that we should start flexing with. Oh, we knew it. We knew it. We shouldn't have went so low. Okay, this is fine. I say Vantress beats Ardenvale, though. Oh, that's not good. Just trim our library so the chance that we pull a non-land card is increased. And he basically just needs to start playing defensively, I guess. Watch this janked up roll reversal beat us. I mean, I guess that's something. His summoning sickness. Could have attacked first. What? More land from our opponent. That's really nice. He's targeting his zombie. Don't you dare. And then ours. Why? Is it another role reversal? Question mark? Okay. I wish we had a castle. Vantress, that is. Arnvale's alright. And it is doing work here, but... Oh, this land! Oh, I've got to keep it. Opt is good. When people scry to the top, that's terrifying. Really? Why would he mutate onto my creature? And give me my Dovin's veto back? What's happening here? What? Was the zombie's not a human? Can we inspect this for a second? Oh no, I tried to go into it. I think, why was he mutating mine and not his? I don't know. Thanks, bro. Ooh, Esper Walkers. I think it's still got it. I think we're really close to being able to flex on it. I think maybe more Shark Typhoon, maybe one less Oath, but it's hard to say. We're not really seeing as much mono red anymore, so I mean maybe not as much Annex. So the deck could be adjusted, but that's going to take hundreds of games to get it dialed in. And I'm just waiting for Core Set 2021 before we do a deep dive into Esper. So this is just a light sprinkle to get you guys ready for what's to come. We're going to be playing Esper Control, we're going to be playing Esper Blink, and we're going to be playing Esper Walkers probably all season. So get ready. Don't forget to join our Discord to check out our communities, competitions, and giveaways tab. We have a whole bunch of ways for you guys to interact with the community, to win money, to help fulfill your accounts, get more gems, get more packs, all that shenanigans, right? So jump in and just check that out. If you have any questions, just yell. Someone will help you, right? We're live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. Come say hello. And then we have daily uploads on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, and then hit that bell icon as well so you're notified of all of our future uploads. And you can do it all again tomorrow. Big shout out to everybody who continues to spend their time and attention here with me today. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Some of you have chosen to go above and beyond the Call of Duty and are actually choosing to support me financially on Twitch, Patreon, on YouTube. Oof. Ahoo! Thank you so much, you guys. You're amazing. You're incredible. This is the dream that you're helping me live. So thank you so much. We're back same time, same place tomorrow. Take care, and yeah, we'll talk to you soon.